What is going on YouTube? This is Vortex. I'm back with another review video here. Basically, this is the Persona 5 Episode 1 review. Gonna try to keep this as short as possible, just giving you my very brief and very just open review on Episode 1. So let's basically jump right into it, guys. So needless to say, just got done rewatching the episode, taking it for the second time, and it's not, a lot of the fans are, have complaints about the animation. They have complaints about how they're, basically like kind of rushing through through the episodes. I'm pretty much going to bring it up again throughout each of my reviews of each episode, just to simply remind you all, for those who've watched my review, my reaction videos to each of the first three episodes of the anime. Just basically say, guys, if you want the full experience of, from where the game's perspective is, which is 100% of Persona 5, that's where you're going to get it. You're not going to get it from the anime, because they they're only giving us bits and pieces, trying to lump it as much as I'd say roughly 90% of the game, but taking 10% of it out, so that so that they can give us something as close to the game. I would give it at least 90% of the game's content is in the animators. 10% that they pulled away because they're basically just trying to give us a good enough anime. I definitely won't say it's a perfect anime. None of I believe all of us can agree. But it is what it is. This is what they're giving us. I believe I said it in my reaction video at the end of episode 3. It's your choice whether to continue to watch after this third episode, and even after this specific episode in episode 1. But back to it, guys. So pretty much, from what I could tell, they did take some spots out just so that they can give us things that we can either accept or not accept about this first episode. They took us through the beginning, with Ren basically, he's basically Akira to us, for those of us who played the game, taking us through him going through Sei's palace and escaping, but then getting caught, and then him getting beat up and everything. There wasn't any rush. I felt like there wasn't any rush in that, in the beginning. After Sei sits down with him here, and that's the other reason why I'm using specifically this spot, because it shows that the anime is good, but there are bruises, there are scars, there are missing pieces. It's not a perfect anime, but they after his encounter, his sit down with Sei in the beginning of the anime, after that, that's when the pieces that that we would usually normally get from the video game are starting to get pulled out. They're starting to pull some things out so that they can get to each and every scene as quickly as possible within a 20 roughly 20 plus minute first episode. I like the fact that they decided to add the part when he meets on, and she takes the blossom petal that fell on his head. She takes it off. I like that, because again, that's not in the anime, with the blossom petals even falling from the sky. They didn't, as far as I could tell, they didn't change him seeing Arson when he first came off the train, before he even ran it to On. The dialogue, we could tell that the dialogue has been changed, as far as each scene is concerned. where they've given them different lines. Again, they're having Akira have dialogue in the anime, which he doesn't have a lot of in the game itself, which is totally fine with me. Because me personally, I would love for down the road, maybe Persona 6 or Persona 7, where the actual main character actually has more dialogue in the games. Because for those of us who played, not us, for me, I've only played roughly 60 or 70% of Persona 3, Fez, and the portable version, and I've only played roughly 60% of Persona 4 Golden, but I've totally beaten Persona 5. I just haven't done everything in Persona 5, but which is basically platinuming the game. But as far as my trophies are concerned, I'm 55%. That's basically what that is. But anyway, I'm hoping that they give the main character in Persona 6 or 7 more dialogue, where he actually talks and has full conversations, like more specifically in the cutscenes. That will be great on my part. As far as me, the gamer, on the gamer side. But the one thing I did want to say though, guys, is that when he, because there's a few things that happens in each episode where they just kind of just skim through certain parts in each episode, which I noticed because I haven't watched episode 2 or 3 yet again for a second time. But I did notice that they did this in episode 1, 2, and 3, where they kind of skim through some stuff so that they can get to the next scene, because they're pouring all of their energy into that one specific scene, which is like 2 to 3 minutes long. When Akira meets Sojiro, he meets him. This is one of the things that I don't like about Sojiro's character in the anime, is that he seems too laid back for most of the encounter with Akira. He seems too laid back up until, because when he takes him up to the attic and he's talking to him and he's giving him the whole spiel, like, hey, I know your parents. This is what you have to go through. This is what you gotta go through your probation period up until spring, and you have to just follow the rules and you'll be good. Then you can go back home. Basically, he was too laid back. Now you can only in the video game he's all serious from the time that he meets Akira all the way up to the point where we're further in the game where he finally softens up as you also build his confidant, his rank up his confidant in the game. But in the beginning portion here, if you watch and I'm gonna pin my reaction video of episode 1 in the comment section. You can definitely check that out if you want. But they, you'll even notice my reaction to Sojiro, where I kind of just was like, oh, like, this isn't the Sojiro that I've been used to, where he's very, very, seems very, very strict, and he's very upfront. He doesn't become very upfront until after he goes down the steps, where he actually says, I'm going home. You'll be here by yourself. Don't do anything stupid, otherwise I'll kick you out. Basically, he mentions that, but you don't see his facial expressions or anything like that as he's going downstairs and stuff like that, down from the attic. So he, like I said, guys, Sojiro seems too laid back, and the other difference from the anime as far as the video game is concerned, Akira is sitting in the front seat next to Sojiro, when in the video game he's sitting in the back seat. How Japan usually does it, where when they're driving, the driver's up front by themselves, and then their passengers are always in the back seat. And that's even with the women. Like, the women are always in the back seat, and the driver is the male driver is usually up front. That was different from. That was a difference that I seen too in the anime, where they actually had Akira up front with Sojiro driving. I did like the fact that when Akira and Sojiro went to the school though, and they met um, uh, shoot, I don't want to say her name wrong. Takamaki, the teacher, who she becomes the a lot of the P5 waifu, because of her maid, her maid duties as far as when it comes to Akira and her confidant. But I like the fact that when she reached into her pocket, the maid pamphlet falls out of her pocket onto the ground. And I don't even know if I said her name right. I think it's Kawakawi. I believe I'm apologize if I'm butchering her name. I definitely tried to make sure that I reread her last name before I did this review. But again, guys, I like that fact that they actually put that in there, because in the video game it's not in there. So it kind of, in as far as anime is concerned, we'll pretty much see later in the episodes that there's a reason why that pamphlet falls out of her pocket there, which was hilarious. Now, as far as the spot with Akira and Ryuji goes, with the school and the castle, that scene, it didn't seem too rushed to me. I mean, they get there, they get surrounded by the shadows, and then they get basically locked up. So that it just it kind of runs smoothly to where they meet up. Well, they meet face to face with Kamoshida's shadow, and we go through the whole spill of basically them having their argument, and well Ryuji and Kamoshida having their argument, and then just basically going through the whole Ryuji getting hit, Akira getting hit, and then Akira basically gets his awakening. So the first episode only had, to me, one spot where they kind of just rushed it, and that was basically at the beginning, when he went from having the conversation with Sei to being on the train. Even them putting in the spot about Akechi with the girls on their phone listening in, and they even kind of throw that link in there, talking about Naoto from Persona 4. But again, guys, that was to me, from what I noticed, they only kind of just skimmed after he rode the train. They skimmed through it, because you get that spot with where Akira's talking to the police officer, and then you see the doctor walk by, which was great. Which was, when you first watch it, you're like, hey, there she goes. She's probably, actually, when you think about it, she's coming from her office around the corner from Sojiro's spot. But she probably wasn't going to Sojiro's spot. She was probably just going somewhere. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, the first episode, it wasn't. Again, guys, it's roughly 90% anime / video game, and the other 10% is more so anime from what they decided to put in the episode, and continuing with episodes 2 and 3. That's what we're gonna get. Again, it's our choice to continue to watch it after episode 1 or episode 2 or even episode 3 that just passed pass this up yesterday, because it's Sunday. I'm doing this recording, but yeah, they're trying to give us something close to the video game, and for on my end, I'm enjoying it. It's just like I said, those couple of things that I'll continue to talk about in each episode that that me, even personally, I wouldn't agree upon them doing, but this is what they're offering us. Again, Sojiro seems too laid back. But I have to accept that this is Sojiro in the anime, not Sojiro from the video game. Because again, I'm so used to Sojiro being, grumpy and not fully laid back like how he is in the anime here. But yeah, they the episode is good enough, and we just got to keep watching if we want. It's your choice. It's really your choice, guys. It really is. Because a lot of people don't weren't liking it after even watching the raw version. I came across a site on Facebook. Somebody did a live raw feed of Persona 5. I didn't click on it. I just waited until the actual full-blown sub was out. And people were complaining already about it. And I'm just like, wait till the actual sub with the subtitles come out, and you make your decision from there. But even after that, people went full-blown crazy over the situation. But yeah. Sorry for the video being longer than what I wanted it to be. I was just trying to make sure that I didn't forget everything that I was trying to say. Trying to make these videos 10 minutes long. I'm really trying to make my review videos 10 minutes or under. I technically kind of could have done that, but I guess I went over. Could have even went 12 minutes, basically would have been done, but I decided to push out more of my thoughts on some of the things that I feel like people are going just a little bit overboard with what they think about the anime, even from this very first episode. But again, like I keep saying, guys, it's your choice. You don't have to continue to watch after the first episode or the second episode or the third episode. It's not, we all loved the game. Let's make that clear. We all loved it. And, were we hoping for a picture perfect anime as like roughly 99% close to the video game? Yes. Did we get that? No. And that should be totally fine. It should be, but you're allowed to voice your opinion. You're allowed to feel the way that you feel. I just kind of feel like people are just going overboard, but that's just my opinion. But anyway, guys, I'm out. Enough of my rambling on the episode. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below if you've made it up to this point in this 18 or 19 minute long review. And I will chat with you all in the comment section if you do leave some responses. And just be on the lookout for my review of episode 2 coming up within the next day or two. But with that, guys, I'm out. I will holler at you all later. Peace, guys.